All right, guys, welcome to another episode of the Parts Bin. Today we're talking about air filtration. We had these a while ago, and our manufacturer kind of went away, but now we got a new one back. We have awesome products here, and I'm super excited to tell you about these filters. We offer these in two lines, I guess you would say. We have two different types of filters we offer. This one over here is our Performer line. This is a street-only filter. This is designed for maximum flow. If horsepower is your game, if maximum flow is your game, and you're not driving in dirty roads, this is awesome. It works great for on-street applications, not designed for the dirt. So just keep that in mind. If horsepower is your goal, this is it. This is a filter I used at UCC. We had the whole event. I did over 2,000 horsepower through these guys. I ran these on the sled pull track, so I had good engine protection. But if great engine protection is your goal, then you want to be over here in the Dust Bowl. This is the super awesome filter of the world. This actual media was designed and developed in Baja style racing. They're both a fully synthetic media, and they're both able to be cleaned by blowing them out with compressed air. If they get real dirty, you can put them in like a soapy solution and clean them out, but you don't have to. Just get it, blow it out, and you're good to go. The neat thing about this is its amazing efficiency rating. What efficiency means in air filters is what percentage of dirt it stops. So anything that's 0.3 microns or larger, this thing will stop 99.7% of them. This is unachievable anywhere else in the performance filter, in the aftermarket performance filter world. And so this is just the top of the line for engine protection. It still flows a lot. This will flow way more than your stock filter. This is not a restriction unless you compare it to this. But as far as being able to support power, this will do it very, very well. Some couple of cool things about this. This is, like I say, a fully synthetic media, and there's like these, the media company we get this from, they're a bunch of geeks. It's fun to talk to them, but I can't exactly repeat everything they say because it's kind of over my head. But one of the things they say I need to tell you is that most of the filtering on this happens on the outside of the filter. There's nanoparticles that stop the dirt. It's kind of like it's like a Teflon, so it doesn't adhere to it, so it blows it off real cool. Also, this is water repellent. If you're driving on a wet highway or crossing streams or whatever, and you can splash this with water, you have a paper filter, it ruins it. You have an oiled gauze filter, it's going right through it. And so this actually repels water. They have stories of people who actually submerged this for a half second, going through a stream and back out, and it was dry inside. But they don't recommend running your filter underwater. They say it's not a good thing for your truck, and I'd agree with that. So don't run this underwater, but it is water repellent, so that's pretty cool. As you see, these have I'm going to call it an exoskeleton. I don't know what else to call it. It has an exoskeleton. And so these are very strong. I've talked about it before, and I still feel the biggest downfall of any filter I see in anybody's truck is they're crinkled and nasty and ugly. Despite the fact they're oily and gross, they also get all mashed and mangled, and I always hate that. And with this on here, it's actually remarkably strong. And actually, this one has it on the inside as well. I'll show you that as well, and I'll tell you why they're different. But because of this exoskeleton, they're incredibly strong and rigid. I always hate when I pop the hood of a beautiful truck. You're going to see this powder-coated turbo pipes, a big shiny turbo, all this awesome stuff, and a nasty oiled filter that's all crinkled, mangled, and mashed up. Open any diesel magazine, flip through it, and you're going to see it. They're just everywhere. And I always hated that. And so with this, these are incredibly strong. I'm actually going to have Connor come here in a minute and sit on one of these, which you would never do to a normal filter. Don't sit on your filter because even these, it's not brilliant, but I just want to show you how strong they actually are. So you'll notice these two filters look a little different. The reason they look different is the media. The media in the Performer filter is a self-supporting media, meaning you'll see it has a little mesh on the media. That's very typical of like a oiled gauze filter. You'll see a little mesh, and because of that, technically you don't need the exoskeleton. On the typical oil gauze filter, you don't use that because this is self-supporting with that little mesh there. But I wanted to make it strong. I wanted this thing to never crinkle, so I actually put the exoskeleton on this one as well, even though technically it's not needed. On the Dust Bowl media, it's not self-supporting. It's a different media. Like I say, it's totally different from this, and so we have to put the skeleton on here. And I actually doubled it up inside and outside to make this as strong as possible. So anyway, that's the reason they look different, and they function very differently as well. So what else do you need to know about these filters? We have them in all kind of different sizes. So if you're replacing a filter, we probably have something that fits you. We have these in 4-inch outlets. A lot of people think this is an inlet, but truth be told, the inlet of a filter is the media. The outlet is this. Air comes in, comes out. So we have 4-inch, 5, 5.5, and 6-inch outlet filters, all different heights. Basic rule of thumb for air filters, you want the biggest filter you can fit. The more filter air you have, the more air will flow. Whether it be Performer or Dust Bowl, fit the biggest one you can put under your hood, and that'll increase your airflow. That's like the simplest way to increase airflow. So get the biggest one you can fit, and these will all flow a lot. These will flow a ton, and these will stop a ton of dirt. So anyway, let's get Connor in here, have him sit on one of these filters. All right, so we have Connor here. This is one of our good guys here, Power Driven Diesel. You may have saw him at UCC. He was underneath my truck a lot. He builds transmissions over here, and he does a good job. He's smaller than me. I think this will handle 180 pounds pretty easy. I'm nervous about 280 pounds. This is not designed to be a chair, okay? So I'm not saying get your new filter and go sit on it, because you may damage it, but I want you to show you how strong it actually is. So I'm gonna have him sit on it, and then to prove he's not like holding his weight, I'm gonna have him lift up one of his legs so we can be sure that the weight is, you know, here, not in his legs. All right, Connor, do the duty. Have a seat. Will it hold his... All right, now get the leg up, hands out wide. So you're smashing the flange, which is polyurethane, so that's fine. All right, come on up. Let's see if you damage the filter. All right, I'm coming up to the camera. Can you get this? So no nasty pleats. The mesh is fine. What do you think, Connor? Think it'll handle it?
I think it'll handle it. That's the strongest filter I've seen for sure.
Waterproof and Connor's butt proof. You can't beat that. Okay, I think that's all the information I have for you on these filters. If you have any questions, call us here at the shop. We're excited to have these back, and we're going to have these in stock all the time. So if you need one, give us a call and we'll get one to you. Thanks. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Parts Bin, and we'll see you next time.